Good morning, guys. It's actually 11 o'clock right now and I haven't eaten or had coffee yet, so I'm feeling a little low energy. The reason for that is because I actually went to a massage therapist this morning for my back, which was really nice because it's really been bothering me lately. And I didn't make myself breakfast before I went, which was a mistake, but also I didn't have a lot of time. So here we are. I'm so freaking hungry. Oh my gosh. Coffee tastes so much better when it's been delayed like 3 hours. Today's a really rainy, gloomy day, as a lot of the days have been lately. Just we're in the middle of November and that's what we get. It's a little bit of a bummer, but it also kind of helps me get into the like cozy vibes at home. So I've been like running my diffuser, burning candles, having lower lighting. It's helped kind of make me enjoy the gloomy weather more. I also think I'm gonna start decorating for Christmas early, not today, but earlier than normal. I'm the kind of person that always waits for December 1st to start decorating, but as with a lot of people right now, it's just a very lonely time, and I think some Christmas joy will help kind of bring up my mood overall. Here in BC, we are on a 2-week lockdown, or specifically in the Lower Mainland. If you've been following me on Instagram, you already know about my concerns. Just like originally they said you can't see anyone outside or inside, like no gatherings at all, which is really brutal when you can't even see anyone outside, when you can see strangers outside but not like arrange a visit with people. But then they changed it that you can go for a walk with one person, and there's a couple other little rules. So it's making it a bit more manageable. I've been going on walks with my sister a lot, which I normally do anyways, but just to be able to see someone is something I never thought I would have to worry about. So it's very lonely times here, which is why I want to decorate for Christmas. But I'm gonna wait a little bit yet because it's a little too early. I think I'm gonna go on the couch to enjoy my coffee and bagel and maybe read a book. That's very cozy, very a good use of my time. Okay, so I have a little bit of a DIY project today. I have this turtleneck sweater that I mentioned in my closet declutter, and I really like the shape of it, but I shrunk it in the wash accidentally. I didn't think it would shrink because everything at the thrift store I assume has been washed already, so I'm in the clear to do it. Well, turns out I wasn't, and a couple weeks ago I searched up how to de-shrink this, so I'm gonna try it out. Like I said, it's been a while since I looked up the instructions. I think you basically just soak it in water and conditioner and then throw it in the wash on a cold cycle and let it lay to dry. So I'm gonna try that. Okay, so it's all mixed up. I think I'm gonna let it sit for maybe a half hour. I don't really know what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna run it through the wash, probably on a cold cycle so it doesn't shrink again. And then I have to let it lay down flat to dry. Oh, I don't know if you're gonna get to see the end result by today then, because it's probably gonna take a while to dry. Okay, if it takes too long to dry, which it probably will, I'll end up adding a picture of how it fits after all this is said and done. Okay, so I didn't expect Rook to go down that easy. Yesterday was such a struggle with naps because I don't know if I've mentioned this on YouTube yet, but I've talked about it on Instagram. So Rook knows how to flip from his back to his stomach, but he doesn't know how to flip back onto his back, and he doesn't like being on his stomach for extended periods of time, which is a real struggle because he'll keep flipping to his stomach every time I flip him back. And so whenever I put him down for a nap in his crib, he immediately flips onto his stomach, is hanging out for a while, and then gets upset and then won't fall asleep because he keeps flipping to his stomach and then gets overtired, and it's a real struggle. I expected that to happen and it didn't. He just fell asleep. But okay, so I did do something different. I hung out with him on the couch for a little while and kind of got him a little sleepy before I put him in the crib, and I think that did it. So if I can keep doing that until he learns how to flip from his stomach to back, then I think we'll be good. I'm really excited. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder than that. Okay, so something else that I've been meaning to show you is that I actually rearranged our bedroom a little bit, which is kind of funny because I just put out our home tour, and if I had known that I was doing this, I would have waited to put out the home tour, but I was having a bad day on Monday, and when I get stressed, I tend to reorganize, and I really like how it turned out, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is an overview of the room. Obviously, it's not that different, but the big difference is that there is no vanity there. It is gone, which is really nice because it like opens up the room so much. I always felt like our bedroom was a little too crowded, and now it just feels great. I still wish I had different blankets, but I love my husband. So things aren't set in stone here. Like, I don't know exactly how I feel about having that plant there like that. I feel like the plant is too small. And then this one, I don't really like the setup. I know I want plants in each corner, but I'm not set on what I have here. It's just kind of the plants I had in the house. And so where did the vanity go, you might ask? Let me turn on my closet light. Wrong light. Wrong light. I still don't know what light switch is which. Okay, so my closet is like super rearranged now, and it's pretty crowded in here, but I'm kind of here for it because I would rather have a crowded closet than a crowded bedroom, you know? So I still got all my clothes there. I moved the dresser facing this way, which I really like because it's easy to get the drawers, but I do definitely want to switch this dresser out for a smaller one. This is just the dresser I've had since I was a kid, and it's way too big for what I need. And then I put, as you can see, my vanity right here, and I quite like it. When I'm in here, I almost feel like I'm in my own little office because I have my desk and my mirror, and I can close myself off. I know that it's like literally just a closet, but I kind of like it. It makes me feel like I'm a kid again and I made a fort, you know? Like, I can just close myself off to the world. I don't know, it's kind of fun. And it's pretty functional. Like I said, it's pretty crowded in here, but I don't mind because my bedroom is so much nicer now without the vanity crowding it. So that's what we got. Josh also really loves it, and I don't blame him because it was on his side of the bed that we had the vanity, and I just feel like I can breathe easier in here, you know? I'm really into it. Let me know if you have any suggestions on what to do in the corners with the plants. I can't hang anything from the ceiling, so don't suggest that. But any other advice is cool. I'm thinking maybe I don't want as much wood, like the plant stands are wood, so maybe a different material. I don't know. I also desperately need a new rug in here. The one I have is pretty small and only takes up half the bed kind of thing. So I would like a bigger area rug. I don't know what print, I don't know what would go with this beautiful vintage blanket. So maybe I can find something off Marketplace. Again, if you have any suggestions, I am all ears. I just realized that it's been like a long time since I've watered my plants, and they're looking a little droopy, so I'm gonna go around and water them all. Hey, buddy. Did you flip over a little bit? Are you a little stuck? Hey, Rook. Are you a little stuck? Oh my goodness, look at you go. Oh, buddy. Ooh. Hey. Hi. Ooh. Hi. 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 Okay, ready? This one's called Made for Me. On the day you were born, I beamed with pride. My eyes filled with tears, I joyfully cried. Of all the children that could ever be, you were the one made just for me. Okay, buddy, we're only gonna read that one once, because I'm gonna start crying otherwise, okay? Of all the children that ever could be, you are the one made just for me. And you don't care at all right now. Okay, so I did more reading on the shirt thing, and it turns out that I was planning on doing it very wrong. Well, not very wrong, but you're supposed to actually lay it out after it's soaked and like stretch the material so it actually goes back to its original form. So I've wasted all this time letting it sit when I could have been working on it, but that's fine. So I'm going to press the water out of it in the sink and then lay a towel down and let it dry. Okay, so I stretched it out to the best of my abilities. I don't know if this is gonna work because whenever I stretch it this way, it makes it tighter on this side, and if I stretch it this way, it makes it tighter this way. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Okay, so I've decided to make chicken pot pie for dinner because I am a housewife and we have all the ingredients. So I'm gonna get started on this. So I learned how to make chicken pot pie in a video recently. If you haven't seen it, I will link it, where my sister teaches me how to make chicken pot pie. The thing is, I filmed that video and edited it and proof watched it, and I do not remember the recipe at all. So I'm literally watching the video on my TV to learn how to make it. For some reason, I just didn't retain any of that information. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, this is the phyllo pastry I have. I bought it this time. Is that the wrong phyllo pastry?
Do you want me to bring you puff pastry?
Yes.
Okay, see you soon.
Okay, thanks, bye. So again, if you saw my cooking video, we talked about how my oven mitts don't work and you burn your hand when you use them. Well, we have lovely friends who came over the other week and bought us some new oven mitts. How nice is that? We don't burn our hands anymore. Okay guys, that took a while, but I got my chicken pot pie all finished. I got the puff pastry. It looks super delicious. I'm super excited to eat it. Josh actually had to stay at work late today, so he won't be home for a while. So yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog off here. Thanks for sticking around and hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!